Hello. Today's video I am going to attempt corpsing a 5-foot skeleton for the first time. Never done this before. I've watched a lot of videos. I'm just gonna try and make this up as I go along based off of the information I remember from these videos, and let's see how this turns out. Alright, so we got our guy laying down right here. He said I've never tried this before. So I'm going to see how this goes. Thought I'd try this spray paint stain. I'm going to see how that goes just on one bit. If that doesn't turn out like I do have actual stain in a can. But I thought this might be quicker and easier, so we're going to see how this goes. Let's see how it turns out. So I'm going to start off on just maybe a part of his leg or something, and if I don't like it, then I can go over it. Put it on and then kind of wipe it off a little. Yeah, see, that looks pretty good. I think this will work fine. All right, so we're going to keep doing that. Just going to go over the whole thing real quick and then give it a wipe down to just kind of wipe it in and wipe it off. Quick once over. Just kind of, there you go. Giving it a nice worn out look. I have gloves, I forgot to put them on. I'll have to do that right after I'm done with this part. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Already looking good. Alright, so that's just one quick spray and wipe. Just kind of getting a little base on, but you can see how it just makes his bones look a little older. There's the skull that hasn't been done compared with the body that has. See, it looks pretty cool. So I'm just going to continue doing this. Alright, so there we go. Just a quick once over. And again, he looks pretty good. Again, I just wanted to give him a little base before we start wrapping him up and shrink wrapping them. So that's just the quick base. It went all the way around. I missed some spots, but again, doesn't matter. We're going to cover all this up anyway. I'm going to paint it again. It's going to have several layers. Again, this was just to get started. And I think it looks pretty awesome just like that. But let's see how much farther we can go. Alright, so he's all stained. I'm going to try now wrapping this plastic sheeting around and melting it. Got a little can of Gorilla Glue spray adhesive. I'm going to spray on it a little bit to help the plastic stay in place. And we'll see how that helps. Again, my first time doing this, never done it before. Let's see what we get. I'm just going to spray this on here. Get them a little sticky, a little tacky. Alright. Now, let's try this out. Doesn't need to come off perfectly, doesn't need to look perfect. In fact, imperfections will make it look even better, I think. Oh, look at that, there you go. Look at the plastic sticking right to it. Not going to move at all. Going to put maybe 2 or 3 layers on his rib cage here. Kind of bulk it up. Alright, get the hot gun, the heat gun, and let's go. Alright, so let's take a look at that close up for you. So this is what we're looking at so far. I think that looks pretty good once we get it painted up. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through the rest of this process. Do the same thing. It's all tacky everywhere from that Gorilla Glue that I sprayed on. And now we're just going to wrap them up and do the rest. Okay, so just been going for a few minutes now. Just wanted to show you where I'm at. Just been wrapping them up, melting, melting, wrapping, melting, melting. This is where it's currently at. See, it's coming along. I didn't melt the back here yet, but this is what it looks like before it's melted. Just plain old plastic wrap and then melted it. So that's where we're at now. I'm going to keep on going. Alright, so I'm gotten to a point where I think I'm going to start adding some paint and stain. But you can see where it's at. Kind of did all this. It just looks like plastic wrap right now, but we're going to get some paint on here. Some stain, blacks, reds, browns. Start filling in this and seeing how he looks when we start putting some color on him. Looking pretty good so far. I'm going to put some paint and then we might do some more wrapping and then some more paint. Might do a couple layers. Again, making this up as I go along. So let's see where this goes from here. So I'm going to just start with a little more of the wood stain spray and spread that around. And then go from there. Just get rid of the plasticky look of this. Make it look maybe a little bit more like rotten skin. Just going to spray it on and then wipe it off like I did before. So that's all the spray, and then I got these little guys I'm just gonna rub around it. That's a coat of the stain, the brown stain. Now I've got some red spray paint I'm gonna add on. I'm gonna do the red. If I can get this top off, do the red, and then wipe that off as well. So that's just with a coat of the red and the stain. Again, I don't know how many times I've said it already in this video. First time doing this. So I'm not happy with the fact that I spray painted this on and it wasn't able to just dry too quickly. So maybe when it really spread out. I am gonna wrap it up again, do another pass with the plastic wrap and melting, put another layer of skin on them, and then do some more browns, reds, and blacks for paint. We're just going to skip ahead to that part. Alright, so just wanted to show you what I did. Just literally wrapped them head to toe in some more plastic wrap. I will say the hardest part about this so far has been dealing with this plastic wrap. It sticks to everything and it's hard to unravel. But this is where we're at. I'm going to start melting it down. Alright, so there we are. Second layer melted. And man, this is looking pretty awesome. Once I get this next layer of paint on, it's going to look pretty great. Pretty happy with how this is turning out. And this has been pretty easy. Other than, like I said, the most difficult thing so far has been dealing with this plastic wrap. I got lots of chunks hanging off. It's going to look like just melting flesh. So I think I'm probably going to put this guy in like a fire pit or something, like he's on a stake being burned alive in my yard. I think that's what I'm going to do with him when I'm all done, but we'll see. All right, let's get to painting. Okay, man, I think we're done. So I'll tell you what I did. First thing you see is teeth. I did paint his teeth a little white in there. I do think these things look a little creepier when you can see their teeth. I'm going to do one last thing that I'll show you before we're done, but right now I'm just showing you what I did here. I did some red. I just did what I had in my garage, which was some black Flex Seal tar paint. So I did that on there, spread it around, red paint. I also had some gray stone textured paint that kind of gave it a little texture in there. You can see the reds, the stain, brown stain, the blacks, teeth. His face is all melty. I think this turned out pretty darn cool for just going on the fly and figuring it out as I go. And I just got one last touch. I'm going to try out, see if it works out. Alright, I think I'm done. I added that last little touch. It turned out way better than I thought. Here we go. creepy eyeballs. I am pretty happy with how this has turned out. Put a little green for his eyeballs. And there we go. I love it. Problem now is, now I want to do this to every single one of my skeletons. Alright, so there we are. That took me about an hour and a half to do from start to finish. And again, I think this turned out really awesome. Not bad for, what did I say it was? My first time doing this. And again, now I think I want to do this for at least 2 more. I got a 7-foot skeleton, probably going to do this with, and I have a skeleton dog. I think the skeleton dog would look really awesome, corpsed up like this. But there we go. This is what I did today. And we'll see you on the next video.